Hey guys, I'm having like a weird week. Just feeling like kind of sad and anxious, and like a lot is going on, but also nothing at all because I'm like understimulated, but overwhelmed at the same exact time. And I thought, I've been constantly thinking about and saying I'm going to start posting more talk videos because that's what I do. I like to talk. I have a lot of thoughts, and sharing them brings me relief and hopefully other people relief to relate or expand their minds, or that's the purpose of this channel in a way. And so I'm sitting here thinking I can either mope around and be anxious and continue to think about the day when I'm going to start doing the things that make me feel better. Not that I don't do them at all. I definitely do, just not as much as I'd like. So when I do have a bad week or day, sometimes it hits a little harder because I don't have a routine that I go back to that feels grounding and good. I have like all the tools I need. They're just kind of like out of the toolbox, sprawled everywhere, and I can't quite find them when I need them, but they're there. So I'm like, today I just went in, I was like, here's the hammer, let's make a video. Like, I feel weird because it's really quiet. The house is really quiet. It'd be a perfect time to make an ASMR video because I have an ASMR channel, but of course, no, that's not how that works, because the universe, like, life is such a joke. It's hilarious. It's like the second you sit down to make a video that's not quiet, it's dead silent and you feel awkward. Whatever, that's not the point of this video. But point of this video, I just wanted to talk about dating, modern dating. As a woman who's been single the past 2 years, love and connection means so much to me. I've come to terms with the fact that there's a 99.999% chance that I have ADHD and a pretty neurodivergent brain. And so I think I used to think back and be like, I'm evil and that's why I can't, hold friendships or relationships well. But I think it actually, not that I'm perfect and haven't made mistakes, but I think it goes back to, being quite obsessive over one person. Really craving companionship and love and connection and collaboration, but struggling to socialize and feeling quite drained from socializing, and having such like this strong sense of justice and this big heart in this scary world that in ways gets scarier and scarier every day for people like me. It just made me think right now, it just popped into my head, that activist, oh goodness, I'm forgetting her name. Is it Grace? I just watched her documentary and I knew of her. I just followed her on Instagram too. Young environmentalist activist. And she's gonna pop up because it's like Greta Thunberg, yes. And I watched her documentary and it literally brought me to tears, and I was like in shambles, for not in a bad way, like in a good way. For days, just like, because I just related to her. I'm pretty good at masking and putting on a face for other people pleasing, but just feeling so intensely all the time. Dating is hard. Dating modernly is hard. Dating modernly, neurodivergently, is hard. Do you know what I mean? So I just want to talk about that because I'm stressed, and I like, honestly, this is for me today, like, and I'm really hoping I can find some people that relate and we can talk and start a group or something. We can make a chat on Instagram and just support each other, because men and women, because it's just so difficult. If you feel the same way, comment, and like, we will seriously start a support group or something, because there's like absolutely nothing wrong with wanting romantic love. And I've seen so many things about decentering men, decentering romance, and people say as soon as you stop looking for it, you find it, and being single in your 20s is actually really good for you, and you'll find the right person when you're doing all of the things that you love, and they'll come into your life in that way, and it'll be aligned. And all of those things are incredibly true and wonderful and beautiful to realize, but they can also lead to dismissing your own wants and needs, and that doesn't feel good either. Like, pretending that it doesn't hurt to want love, like a deep love where you feel seen and heard, and it's equally reciprocal and curious and loving and compatible. And you fight problems together, the problem, not each other. And I could sit here and list all the things that I want in a partner and that I'm looking for in dating. And maybe we should talk about that too, if you want to, because that's hard to figure out what you even want if you're coming from a place of like, what do I even want? And you don't even know. Like, good luck. Do you know what I mean? Because we gotta have standards out here. But this is more about the overwhelm of dating, trying not to dismiss your feelings, but it's also extremely overwhelming putting yourself out there sometimes, a lot of the time, in general. And for people with ADHD or autism that have a lot of feelings, that feel things really deeply and intensely, that cling to one person, and you're happy and you're satisfied with that one person, but like it can manifest in codependency and things that aren't so healthy and make you feel bad when they're away or when they're not responding, and it could even get into attachment patterns and stuff. I just find it so difficult to even go on a single date and have really good chemistry with someone and not attach mentally, because I don't physically do that anymore. By physically, I mean text them constantly, immediately in a few weeks make someone my boyfriend just because it feels good, So, but the feelings are all still there. And as I work on it, it's not as bad, but I'm finding I keep getting into these micro connections. And I think for me as well, I struggle with deciphering platonic versus romantic connections, because I'm such a romantic person, and because connection means so much to me, it's very easy to look at someone and start like, when you're a lover, it's like you just love. And I find that to actually be less romantic sometimes, because it's like you love everyone. Truly, I'm having fun, and I'm going out, and I'm not shaming myself for wanting connection, for wanting to have fun and date and find a partner. I used to shame myself because, I wanted it so bad. You do dumb things for love. Sometimes it's embarrassing. You abandon yourself. It's painful. And so there was a lot of shame around that. And finally, I had a friend actually kind of help me realize that, because she said, "No, then maybe that's who you are. You like being in a relationship. You're a loving person. You're monogamous, and stop shaming yourself for that." It's like, that doesn't mean you have to settle and just get into a relationship, but if that's who you are, that's who you are. And so I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. So, I've been dating, using the apps, even going on dates just in life if something happens, trying to be intentional about it without having too many rules and like beating myself up if I'm doing it wrong. And I'm learning so much, like so much. I'm learning what I want and what I don't want. I'm learning what I can handle emotionally. I'm making mistakes and then making the same mistakes and then doing something that feels good and then a couple steps back, a couple steps forward. It's just like, that's the process, and I'm okay with that. It's just some days it's so hard. It's so overwhelming because it's so disposable, and there's something good about that, because it's like, they're like, oh, the divorce rates are way higher than they used to be. It's like, yeah, because people would be shamed for getting divorces back then. Like, if you got a divorce, like, it was over, you know, life is over. Women had to stay with the guy they were with for legal reasons. It's like, people were miserable. It's like, people didn't give up on relationships enough. Now I feel like we've got to one extreme to another. We give up too much. But to an extent, I'm like, it kind of makes sense, because sometimes it really feels like the stars have to freaking align. Do you know what I mean? And I mean, there's so many things, like your values, your humor, what you want to do with life now and the future. Do you want kids? There's just so many things that have to come together for a relationship to work. And then I look and I'm like, how many people do I even know that are in like a healthy relationship? It's like, what even is a healthy relationship? It's like, is the point of all this to just learn, to just date and figure it out? You never really know what's going on, but like, if enough things feel good, you give it a shot and you fall in love. You might get your heart broken, but that's fine, and you could avoid it and just not deal with any of the messiness and just fall in love with your life. But then at one point, are you avoiding something that humans inevitably need? And you know, you could say every relationship, platonic or romantic, is baggage in a way. It's messy. It's always messy. Even the healthiest relationships, like, that is just what it is. When is it like, all right, this is my kind of mess that I want to get into. This I can handle. These things I can deal with. There's a baseline of respect and love, and, you know, I fucking like this person enough to try and see if this can turn into love, and then I love this person enough to deal with the baggage and the bullshit that comes up. And it's like, I want to do that with this person. That's what I think I'm looking for. I'm fine with baggage. I'm fine with the hard stuff. I find the hard stuff to be so intriguing. As much as I love rainbows and puppies and kittens, I find it really interesting to delve into the deep, dark parts of life. And so when relationships get messy and dark, like, I'm there for it. But, you know, part of me for a while, like, didn't even know what that looks like in a healthy sense. Because if every relationship has some sort of chaos or darkness to it that you have to deal with and work through, where's that line? You know what I mean? Like, where's that line where it's like, oh, this is not good, versus like, this is a normal relationship and things that you go through. And every person has a different definition of that too. So it's like, it's what makes life interesting, I guess. But in dating, I think being so sensitive, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing, and are my lows low? Yeah, but my highs are freaking high. And I create things from those lows now. You know, I alchemize or whatever. Take those feelings, turn it into something. This video, for example. But in dating, it's like, sometimes, especially when that specific thing means so much to me and I have so many wounds around it, and love is such a big deal. It's so important in general, and especially to me. It's so hard, because I could tell you, in the past couple years, are there people I've dated who, when I think about them, I cringe, and I'm like, oh, that was not good. I didn't really, like, looking back, that wasn't really a good connection for me, but I learned something. Yeah, but there's also people I can look back and I'm like, oh, I have feelings for them. Like, I miss them. I would have enjoyed having them in my life, even if, you know, the stars didn't align. And so when you're dating and you're trying to find all of those things, the timing, the compatibility, how do we work out when we're in an argument? What do you want from life, man? And does it align with what I want? When you're trying to figure all of those things out, and you're like, okay, I went on a first date with someone, I have chemistry with them. Now you're going to date them and find out if this is going to work. Even after one date, you're developing a connection with someone that feels good. And then add being physical into the mix. Oh, don't even get me started on being physical. It's like casual sex is so normalized now that it's almost like when you say, I don't want to have casual sex, they look at you like you have lobsters sticking out of your head. And you're like, have you never had a person tell you that they want to like go on dates first before we do the most intimate thing you can do with another human? Not saying I haven't gone on a first date and been intimate with someone, or, you know, had a spontaneous moment. Just personally, all of these feelings I have, once that is added into the equation, makes it even worse. Makes it even more intense when I'm already like intense. It's like, oh, sorry. And it's like, oh my God. I could think back to like a solid, 4 people that I'm like, I miss them. And that is so sad. And I'm not sad because I think they were the one that got away. I'm just sad because you can have such a beautiful connection and chemistry with someone and they are not meant to be your partner or even your friend. It's just exhausting. It's exhausting as someone with a big heart and a lot of love to give, and someone who sees all the positives in people. I'm just sad today about it, which is fine. I will be fine, and I'll continue to date. And, you know, when I get like this, I'm like, okay, let me pull back. You know, it's too much. And then I always recover, you know, like a month or 2, 3 goes by, and I'm like, I'm ready to put myself back out there. And then something doesn't work out, or I'm physical too soon, and so it complicates things, and I start having these expectations for something that's just too new, and I try, you know, you focus on one person and you get obsessive. You date multiple people and you feel weird and guilty, and like, how do you even have feelings for multiple people at a time? And you focus on yourself and you're kind of lonely. You know, make friends, and that feels good. I love hanging out with friends, but I don't want to kiss someone. I'm just like, I love. Friendly love and cute love. And I've tried the like, no dating allowed for you. You focus on things you love, you focus on your friends. And then I just like have this insatiable urge to go have fun on a date or something. But now it just feels like, you know, I'm going out with a new person every couple of months, every few months. And then, you know, you date them and you go, okay, it's not going to work. Move on, go out with someone else. And it's like someone ghosts you, or you make plans, they don't show up. You have hope for this connection and it doesn't turn out right. And it's just like, oh, it really starts to wear you down after time. But, you know, I don't want to close myself off either. I know I want to be spontaneous and travel in my 20s and do my thing. And I know it's probably more productive to even just be single and just accept it, and if it happens, it happens, and that's ideal. But it's not so simple all the time like that, you know? And it gets to you. So that's why I'm talking to you, because it's not black and white. Nothing is. Most things aren't. There's no solution either. There's no like, there's no, if there was, trust me, I would have thought of it. I think through everything, you know, and it's a weird combination, having a lot of feelings, but also being a thinker, because you're feeling all of these things while simultaneously trying to find the logic in them. And feelings, emotions, like, that's the point, is that they're kind of illogical. So there's no answer. There's no, just date less. There's no, Well, just stop shaming yourself and go on it. It's like, I could try every process. It's like there's still going to be inevitable moments where dating is disappointing and where you get sad or you make a kind of like a mistake, or you kind of just want to have fun and let loose a little, and you don't regret it, but then it comes with some residue of feeling a bit sad or attached to someone. So I'm not looking for a solution, I guess. I'm just looking to release it in some way, sit in it, but not alone, So I think that's the reason we make videos like these and we write things and we make movies, is because there's no answer. So we might as well just feel it and make something about it. So yeah, if you guys are like out there and you're like, damn, my heart is so fucking big, I wear it on my sleeve and I'm in pain, but I'm not giving up hope, and I'm gonna keep putting it out there for friendships, for romantic relationships, for family, and I'm gonna get disappointed, and then I'm gonna be happy, and then I'm gonna date someone for 2 years and we're gonna break up, and I'm gonna find the love of my life, and bullshit, and it's like, that's life. So let's just talk about it, comment, and I'm always trying to put some kind of group chat or support group together, but this is a big one because this one comes up for me probably, I mean, it used to be every day I would think about stuff like this, but now it's probably it's less frequent, but pretty frequent still. So once I hit a nerve with some people and I find enough people that feel the same way I do, I'd love to have some kind of group where we can be like, hey y'all, I just went on a Hinge date and like we had sex and now I'm sad. Hey y'all, I've been dating this guy for a month and he ghosted me and it's excruciating. Hey y'all, me and my boyfriend just broke up, and whatever, where we just talk about being full of feelings and being in a world that doesn't necessarily celebrate that at all, actually, most of the time. And I feel like there's a lot of people who don't have as many feelings, or if they do, they numb them, especially with the way things are modernly, in dating specifically as well. It's so numb, and it's disorienting to run into people that don't have the capacity for the love you have, and to find someone who you really get along with, but like they're never going to be able to hold you the way you deserve, and or that you need even. There's just so many devastating things about it, and I just don't think we should deal with them by ourselves, because why deal with them by ourselves when I feel like there's so many people that feel the same way? I know there is, like, I just know there is. There's no, in any feeling that you're in, you're never alone in that feeling. So if I do find we have an audience that feels that way enough, we'll make a group chat. I don't do Discord or anything, but we'll see what's most convenient. Probably Instagram. Just comment and we'll put something together. Bye. Our big heart. Good night. My light got super dim throughout this video because it's like not charging.